It's light years above the other tools. I have access to enterprise grade intelligence, automation. All I have to do is worry about outcomes. This is what would make my business super awesome right now. Put that outcome into Stepper, and step by step walking me through it, I can get that done. I can follow instructions really well. So
Hey everybody, this is RJ from Paperform. I'm here with Sam Ayani, who has been a long-time Paperform user. But then also, what's exciting today is you are our first Stepper user that we get to interview and talk about that, which Stepper is our new automation workflow platform. So this is an exciting day for us, but let's go to you. Tell us a little bit about you and who you are, Sam.
yeah, well, thanks for bringing me on, RJ. I'm super excited, obviously, to be here. A little bit about me. I classify as one of the multi-passionates, right? So I've dipped my toes in lots of different areas, from curriculum development, adult education. Somehow along those lines, I ended up becoming a digital marketer for 10 years. Then I sort of landed into becoming an organic grocer for a few years. And
As
now
you
I'm
do,
sort of
right?
bringing all of that together in retail intelligence systems for small independent retailers, because that's really my passion.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was when we had our initial call. As the thing that stood out for me with you is you just have so much experience in all these different areas. You're not just starting a business and going, oh, let's figure this out. It's like you've lived it and breathed it and experienced it.
Oh, definitely. I have come up against every problem that a small independent business owner could possibly come across. So the pain points that Stepper as a software platform is helping me solve, they're near and dear to my heart because I've lived it. So yeah, I'm very excited.
And now, for us, we've launched Stepper. And it feels like it came at a perfect time for you with what's been transitioning with your business and what you're trying to do. You are working on some new and exciting things. Why don't you talk a little bit about those?
For sure. So I'm in a very small mountain community. Unfortunately, higher ticket, produce isn't realistic in a very tiny community to be sustainable for brick and mortar. So I decided I'm going to take what is super fun for me, which is curating awesome, cool new brands and inventory, and go online. So I decided to reopen an e-commerce store. In the midst of that, I get this little notification. Hey, join our Stepper community. It's something new. I am the definition of an early adopter. So then I get into Stepper and I start using it. And the first time I used it, my brain almost exploded. Truly. Because I thought, I'm sorry, what? Did somebody reach into my actual problems and solve them for me right now? Like, this software is already there. I cannot believe what I saw. So that led me to, aside from curation, aside from a really cool e-commerce store, what I always wanted as a small independent retailer was access to the intelligence that the big brands have access to, that they pay for access to, right? What products are trending? Which products are hot? How do I price these products competitively so that I can sell them in my area? How do I do research, or how do I automate research so that it isn't taking 10 or 15 hours of my week every single week to curate this awesome list of up and coming brands? All of that research was super manual for me before. And now, because of Stepper, Stepper is the backbone of the new part of my business, which is called Varel. And so I thought, well, if I can help other retailers like me have access to the information that they need to stay competitive with those larger brands, if I can help a local retailer that was in my same position a few years ago, then that's where I'm headed.
Yeah. What I love is you've taken a problem that was yours and you've realized that there's so many more people that are having this same problem. And now you're going to build, hopefully, a system that can solve that for hundreds, if not thousands of people, right?
That's my hope. That's absolutely my hope. I know how painful this was for me to keep track of inventory systems that don't talk to my POS system, that doesn't talk to my email marketing system, right? And now I have the opportunity to integrate all of those systems so that I can use the best platform for XYZ in the way I want to run my business. I can use the best loyalty and marketing systems. And now, because of Stepper, I can make them all talk to each other.
Yeah.
And from that, I can draw down the insights that I need to make smart decisions as a business owner.
You said you had that light bulb moment when you were in Stepper. Like, what are the specific things that you're seeing that's like, wow, this has just unlocked the gate to all this data to be able to build this system that is going to help so many people?
Quite simply, to put it as succinctly as I possibly can, conversational intelligence. Because Stepper is like having a conversation. Hey, I want to do this. I want this outcome. Is this possible? And if so, how do we do it? Right? That is the fundamental difference for me. Solving my pain points. That's the fundamental difference for me between a product like Stepper and, let's say, Zapier, right? Or Make, or any other integration platform out there that you could possibly imagine, right? When you go to Zapier, you put in, I have this piece of software and I want to connect it to this piece of software, okay? And so it will give you a list of quote unquote things you can do. But what Stepper does is I get to go in and have a conversation and say, I want to do XYZ because that's what would be the most ideal for my business. How do I make this happen? I don't have to know beforehand the how. Stepper teaches me the how. Stepper works out the how. Stepper helps me see if it is possible, and if it isn't possible, then how can we get close to that result, right? The easiest way possible. Because I'm having a conversation, I get to do so much more than what any of those other platforms can do without having to learn how to be a developer.
And I'm assuming you've tried a lot of the different tools that are out there.
I have used Zapier, Make, n8n, pretty much everything that's out there. I've struggled with this for 15 years, trying to integrate my platforms and tools. And all-in-one software is great when you're starting out. You quickly come across the limitations, right? I can't do this with my all-in-one software. I need a different platform, but I need it to still talk to each other. If you know how to code, you can unlock a lot. Okay, but what if I don't know what I need to do? What if I don't know what to call it? What if I don't know what a webhook is? What if I don't know how to find my API key? I don't even need to leave Stepper to find all of that out. Stepper will literally tell me, here's how you find your API key. Go get it. I'll wait. And then you come back with your API key. You pop it in. Okay, great. On top of that, Stepper will tell you what it's thinking. It will articulate for you what it is doing in the background so you understand. The power to customize my tools, systems, processes, and workflows that I have access to now through Stepper is leaps and bounds beyond anything I can do. Also, I am not locked into anybody's ecosystem, right?
Yep.
If you use Square, you're locked into an ecosystem. Does it integrate with Square is the first question you have to ask yourself when you're considering other tools, right? That's exactly my situation. Square is the best for me for when people walk into my store, and Lightspeed is the best for me for e-commerce. How do I make those two tools work? There isn't a platform out there that will natively integrate those two, right?
Yep.
And so before Stepper, you had to pay $5,000, $10,000 to have a developer come in and create for you the business that works best for you. I just need my business to run the way I need it to, and Stepper gives me that power.
Wow. That's so good to hear, because I know we had talked about this. That was one of the massive pain points. You've lost money over the years trying to get this stuff to work.
Right. So I would estimate, realistically, over the course of 10 or 15 years in business, working for myself as a retailer, online, e-commerce, anything I've done, I have invested 5 figures easily in trying to learn how to do things that still didn't work. I have invested probably equally as much in software tools when we're talking about time sync, like time that's gone that I'll never get back, that I could have used to be building my business, tools that didn't work, and learning and courses and coaching and strategies that didn't pan out. Yeah, it's a huge cost, and I know that I'm not the only one. dealing with these same issues, you know?
And what I love is how excited you are about what Stepper unlocks for you. Tell us a little bit about some of those things that you're excited about in Stepper.
What I am most excited about is the fact that Stepper is democratizing access to the level and quality of retail intelligence that's going to keep me competitive in today's market. I have access to enterprise grade intelligence, automation, workflows, systems, all of that as a one person independent shop. Stepper is democratizing my access to that kind of business. I can't state it powerfully or simply enough.
So what, as you think about what Stepper unlocks for you, what are the couple of things that you're really excited about that you're going to be trying to build out through Stepper?
Sure. So specifically, I just got access to my Lightspeed API. So I am going to use Stepper to automate my order data analysis, right? So that now I don't have to pay for an extra tool to tell me when I need to order something. Stepper is going to run automatic checks on my inventory and tell me, here's your order list, go order it. Here's the vendors with the best price. You should order it from these people. Here's how the market's changed. You should price it accordingly to stay competitive. I mean, that level of retail intelligence was just not available to me before. So that's one thing I'm building. Next thing I'm building is backend automations and workflows. So I'm talking taking this way beyond your standard, you left items in your cart. Now add in suggested products that are similar, add in the ability to dynamically insert loyalty rewards points and some things that they might like into an email. But the biggest one that I'm working on, and my baby, I call it, is the product curation. You know, small boutique owners, they have an eye. They have a gut instinct, right? For what's hot, what's going to sell, what their market will like. But that stuff takes so much time. What I also know is I have a very specific list of things I'm looking for that tells me this is something I would want to put in my store. I can now take my brain, my list, take it out of my head, automate it, and I just immediately get all of those 10 to 15 hours a week back.
And then that unleashes you too to, you want to grow in business, and that means sometimes more employees, but that overhead itself can be quite limiting for a small business owner.
Absolutely. I no longer, like now when I do inventory in my brick and mortar, it's a 30-minute process and I'm done looking at it. So that saves me half an employee right there. The other thing is the accounting side. So reconciling and doing all of that manual work. I'm going to get my POS system and sales system integrated with my QuickBooks. So that's time off my schedule. I really will be able to grow. My time is much more valuable as an owner spent on growing the business, right? So I expect that my business is going to benefit tremendously from having all of those dollars and time spent focused on marketing and growth.
That's right.
Versus stagnating.
I think I know your answer to this, but would you recommend Stepper to other people and why?
Because, like I've said before, it democratizes it, it turns it into a conversation. What Stepper does great is because I'm not a developer, I don't know what I don't know. I don't even know what to ask. I don't have to worry about that any longer. All I have to do is worry about outcomes. This is what would make my business super awesome right now. Put that outcome into Stepper, and there you go, step by step, walking me through it. I can get that done. I can follow instructions really well. So,
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to just share your story, share a little bit about your experience with Stepper. I'm excited to see what you build out, and we're going to learn so much from you.
You're welcome. Thanks, RJ.